Pisces, hi. So this is going to be a reading for September 1st through the 7th. And I'll take a look into your recent past, your current energies, and your immediate future. And then I'll close it off with a couple of cards from the universe for you. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended. At the end of the video, you can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. Let's see, Pisces. The overall energy for the reading, the Magician, manifesting something. Okay, let's see what. In the recent past, the Seven of Swords, the Star, the Ace of Pentacles. Maybe abandoning an idea at some point and restarting someplace else, something else. Because I see you really pursuing something, and then at some point you're like, maybe not. You know, let me do something else. Let me try something else here. Okay. In the current situation, the Judgment card, the Nine of Wands, the Hangman. There's a process here. There's a potential decision-making type of a process. Man, it just doesn't... It's like it's not leaving you alone. It's almost like making you feel cornered. Like you gotta decide now, you know, on something. Which I don't think it's the case. I don't know where this pressure is coming from. Because in order for you to go through this process in a healthy, you know, smooth type of a way, you would have to take your time with it, sit with it for a little bit. But man, there's resistance to that like no tomorrow. Okay. Feels like pressure. In the immediate future, the Ace of Swords, the Five of Wands, the Chariot. Ooh, you're doing something. And you're doing something that not everybody's going to be okay with, not everybody's going to like, and that's usually the case. But you definitely have quite a blah about it. You may hear quite the talk about it, but I don't think you care. Because it's something that feels right. And it's like, fuck that shit. You know, if it feels right to me, then okay. Okay. Let's clarify. Let's do the Magician. The Hangman, the Nine of Cups, the Ten of Swords. What is this thing? What is this that's not giving you peace of mind? Just peace altogether. Whatever it is you're manifesting has to do with this stillness. This you have to be fully balanced. You know, you have to kind of be fully aligned with yourself there in order for this manifestation to come through. But something's going on that's not allowing for that to happen. It's not giving you that peace. Quite the opposite. I don't know what it is. There's something here that's kind of in the way. But let's do the Seven of Swords. In the recent past, the Three of Cups, the Ace of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so whatever it is you were wanting here, whatever your end goal was, may have included somebody else. I do see your energy extending towards another energy, and from that building on something. Creating something. But then at some point I see you being like, I don't think so. I don't think I'm going to be doing this anymore. Okay. Let's do the Star. The Seven of Cups, the Devil, the Five of Wands. Ooh, man. Okay. But you weren't met with all flowers and unicorns there. Quite the resistance. Yeah, you changed your mind. If this is you, because it could have been somebody tied up to you. But there's two energies here working towards a common goal. One of them says, I don't want to go in that direction anymore. Which initially seems okay, but then World War III is breaking over there. It's like, hold on, where do you think you're going? Just like that? No. Quite the nasty interference there. It might have been a little bit of a shit show. But let's see here. For the Ace of Pentacles, you get the Knight of Pentacles, the Sun, the Four of Wands. But hold on, the new energy is better. It's smoother, better. Different, yes, but better. So it doesn't have to be that from the two, one of them just ups and leaves. It's, look, I want for things to be completely changed here. We can still work on this, but in a completely different way. So it could have been that. But man, it was a bumpy head type of a situation for sure. But then the new outcome, or the new idea for the new outcome, definitely looks good. Steady, stable, happy. Good. Different, but good. Okay. Did you ever get there, though? Despite the resistance. I don't know. Let me see the Judgment card in the current situation. The Knight of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords. I think the pressure is coming from you here, making some choices, making some decisions here. I don't see any rushing with that necessarily. I do see a very determined force coming into play saying, oh yeah, I need to take care of this, that, and the other. And a little bit of a stubbornness to it too. I don't see any rushing though, and there's a sense of pressure. There's a sense of rushing. It's like, who's rushing you? Nobody. I am. I gotta take care of it. Okay. But it creates stress. For the Nine of Wands, you get the Seven of Wands, the Strength card, the World card. You gotta close something off. You're closing something off here, which is not easy to close off. It's not, you know, there's definitely quite the resistance to that. Even if it was, let's say this was me, right? I'm ready to go. Let's do this. And it has to do with the process that I need to close off. And with this much determination that I'm showing up, you would think, oh, okay, she's going to close this off. Yeah, no, there's still parts of me that are resisting this process like crazy, though. So it's the same thing here. It's the same thing here. Felix was here before I started the reading. He was sleeping on my lap. He came to sleep on my lap, and I saw something on his nose, and I took a little wipe, and I wiped him off. And he left. He's like, I don't like you doing that, mama. And I think he was a little confused at some point, like, where do I sit next? And he looked, and he looked, and he finally settled. But he's so slow and so that I could hear every inch of that chair squeaking when he sat down just now. I'm like, what the hell? But anyways, for the Hangman in the current situation, you get the Eight of Cups, the Emperor, the Hierophant. Everything that's going on here is setting you from this spot right here onto the next one, right? This spot right here, you need to close this off. The door to this one needs to be closed off, and that's exactly the process that we're looking at now. The thing is, in this part right here that you're stepping into, looks freaking amazing. I can't blame you for, you know, wanting to get there as soon as possible. However, this process has its own flow, its own time. You can't rush that just because you're excited to get to this one and super excited to get this one over and done with, you know? It doesn't really work like that. Like you're doing it. You're taking all the steps. That's not the issue here. The issue is that I feel a little bit of anxiousness underneath it all to rush through this. Even though it's not quite visible to you. You wouldn't think you're rushing necessarily. To you, you would feel, no, this feels right. You know? But it's there. And it's creating an extra energy that you're not necessarily even experiencing yet, but you will at some point. Like anxiousness, stress, you know? It shouldn't be here. Not with these energies around. You got plenty of time to close that door. You don't need to rush through it. Oh, but I'm not. Okay. But you are. There's a Very subtle energy running through here that indicates to me that you kind of are. So try to bring yourself a little more into the present moment. It might benefit you through this process. The steps you're taking, I'm not worried about that. You are taking the steps to shut that down, to step towards this one. This looks freaking amazing. It's where you're supposed to be for sure. This one for sure needs to be closed off, whatever cycle this is. So you're in the right place with this one. It's the how, you know. Don't create any extra energies here, any extra stress about it, because why? You don't need that, you know. For the Ace of Swords, in the immediate future, you get the Magician, the Two of Wands, the Four of Swords. You also have to wait for some things to fall into place here. So you are manifesting, you are shooting for something brand new here by the looks of it. That does look amazing, feels amazing. There is an element of having to wait, though. That has nothing to do with what you're bringing to the table. You're all good here. You showed up. You're good. For your own manifestation, you're good. Now there's the element of timing. You know, maybe whatever it is you're heading for is not ready as an energy. So you got to give it a little bit of a wait here. So meanwhile, just chill. If you're ready and you got everything ready and that whatever it is not ready, then just wait a little bit. Chill. And it looks like, yeah, you're stepping back into, oh, okay, let me just kind of wait here. Five of Wands, in the immediate future, you get the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Cups, the Six of Wands. There's an energy here by your side. Generally, whoever this is by your side, it looks like the two of you land on the same page. 99.9% of the times, you're good to go together there. You got it together. With this one, for some reason, you're not. You're kind of bypassing one another without realizing that you are. You think you're on the same page, but you're not really. But it does resolve itself. It's just a little misunderstanding or something here that shows up. It's not the end of the world, though, because it is passing. At the core of this, there's still, you know, your energy and their energy, and they get along just fine. But it's just for this one. Okay. So it almost looks like, let's say, you and your best friend, and you're starting something brand new in your life that's like, oh my God, super shocking, but super good for you. And it's like, it's your best friend. They should be on board. They should be like, fuck yeah, whatever you think is best for you. And for a split second, I don't know, your best friend says something that you interpret as, oh my God, you don't want this for me, you know? But then you realize that, no, that's not what they meant. And then it kind of falls back into place. It's like, oh, okay, that's what you meant. Okay, we're good to go here. So it kind of feels a little bit like that, where it kind of throws you off initially, but then you come back. And I don't know what kind of an energy this is to you, if it is a best friend or not, or who the hell knows. But again, somebody that generally you get along with just fine. For the Chariot, you get the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Cups, the King of Pentacles. You're going to know the right timing for this. You got to wait for a right timing here. So that's why, you know, the rush right now in this process, pointless. Because you're ending this process. You still got to wait. So what's the rush for? You know what I mean? But you're going to know. Because you are falling back in alignment with yourself completely. This could have to do with a project or something brand new that you're throwing yourself into that has to do with the material potentially. It's super nice, super good. It's just a matter of timing with it. And I feel like from beginning to end, once you fall into this process, you kind of understand that you might have a little bit of something in the middle here, but it's passing. It's not a big deal. This little conflicting energy here. But let me see what the universe has as a final advice for you. Scare the shit out of me, girl. So Felix got his nose wiped. Do you want your eyes wiped? I'm the wiper girl after them. They hate me by now. Here she comes again. Every time she sees me with something in my hand, like a wipe or a paper towel, a little bit damp paper towel, she runs. No, you're okay. I'm not. After the reading. Ten of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. Yeah, something's closing off, but I think it's for the better. I think it's to leave room for whatever it is that's opening up for you. Because it's back to back. It's something that's closing off at the same time, playing out something brand new here for you. And it's shown up already. The new, it's like you're already kind of in it, you know? When it truly takes off is when the right timing for it is here, which I don't know when that is, but you'll know apparently. When you get to this point, you'll just know what that right timing is for you. It's not a matter of, even if you were to ask me, when is that? I wouldn't be able to tell you because it's something that you would know. So, okay, cool. But that's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time. Bye.